synthesized. So once we have done preparation of aromatic hydrocarbons, now let us understand regarding the physical properties of benzene, which is considered as a parent molecule for all the aromatic hydrocarbons. So when you consider physical properties, particularly for benzene, very first point we need to understand here, it is said to be colorless and it is very volatile liquid. Volatile in the sense it is going to be vaporized, that is it is going to be vaporized in a room temperature, that is called as volatile nature, and it doesn't possesses any color, it is colorless liquid. With respect to boiling point, it is going to boil to 80 degrees Celsius, and freezing point, if we consider, it is 5.50 degrees Celsius. Second point, if we consider that before to this one, it has a characteristic odor. All the aromatic compounds generally possesses a characteristic odor. The reason why they are called as aromatic compounds. Aromatic represents they have characteristic aroma. So next point, if you consider, it is benzene considered to be a highly inflammable. It easily catches the fire from atmosphere, and it is going to burn with a sooty flame. Aromatic compounds, as we all know, we discussed the thing that it is going to burn with a sooty flame. Then if you consider next point, it is lighter than water. Specific gravity of this benzene, it is very less than that of the water. And it is soluble, very easily soluble in organic solvents, but it is insoluble. It remains undissolved in case of water. Polar condition, if you prefer, it is not going to be soluble in that one, but it is easily soluble in organic solvents. Next point, and it is considered to be a whole structure. If you read out C6H6, it is coming to be non-polar. We cannot separate the charges in the whole structure because all the carbon atoms are involved for the structure formation. If the carbon atoms itself are involved, there is no question of separating the charge. When we have different moieties like hydrogen and halogens or any other moieties, in presence of halogens, charge separation is going to take place. But here, as all the carbon atoms are involved, carbon and hydrogen itself involved in the structure of the benzene, there is no charge separation. Once there is no charge separation, molecular is said to be non-polar and dipole moment is said to be 0. Then lastly, we must have to have knowledge regarding this one. When you enter the practical for the laboratory, doing the practical in the laboratory, we must have to remember that this benzene is said to be very toxic in nature. We shouldn't taste it, we shouldn't inhale the vapors of benzene, even it should not be absorbed through the skin. It is going to cause very toxic effect on skin as well as on lungs if you inhale it. So it is said to be, all these are considered as physical properties, particularly for benzene. So physical state, how exactly it looks like at a stretch. If you view the benzene, how does it looks like and what are the properties, physical properties we have done. Please do copy this. We'll move to chemical properties of aromatic compounds. So when you consider reactions of benzene, all those things we will be studying in detail in chemical properties of benzene or chemical properties of aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons, or these arenes generally what we call, they undergo electrophilic substitution reactions. I have mentioned here they undergo substitution reactions. Generally, this benzene undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction more feasibly than the nucleophilic substitution reaction. I'll tell you the reasons why does it so and all when we consider the examples. Along with that substitution reactions, it also undergo addition as well as oxidation reactions. So very first we begin with electrophilic substitution reactions. Electrophilic substitution reactions. So very first if you consider electrophilic substitution reactions of benzene, they have been mainly categorized into four types. Very first one I would write here, halogenation reactions. Halogenation reaction. Second one, if you consider here, it will be said that it is nitration reaction. Second one, it is said to be nitration reaction. Third one, if you consider here, it is said to be sulfonation reaction. Third one, it is said to be sulfonation reaction. Fine. So at last, we have the last type of electrophilic substitution reaction, that is Friedel-Crafts reaction. Friedel-Crafts reaction. So when you particularly consider Friedel-Crafts reaction, there are mainly two types. One is Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, and the other one, it is said to be acylation reaction. Other one is said to be acylation reaction. So in total, how many types are there for the electrophilic substitution reactions for benzene? If you consider, there are mainly four types have been categorized. Very first one, it is said to be halogenation reaction. Second one, it is said to be nitration reaction. Third one, it is said to be sulfonation reaction. And lastly, we have Friedel-Crafts reactions. Friedel-Crafts reactions, they have been categorized into mainly two types: Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction and Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. There is only difference in the reagents. That is the reason why we have categorized them into alkylation reaction and acylation reaction. Now let us understand one by one how does reactant molecules are going to treated with reagents and how does products are going to form. Let us begin from halogenation reaction. Please do copy this. We'll begin with a halogenation reaction of benzene. Let us understand very first halogenation reaction, which is considered as example for electrophilic substitution reactions for benzene. So when you consider benzene, it is going to be treated with, I have written in a single go with a simple manner instead of writing all the statement and all. Benzene is treated with halogens. It is in presence of anhydrous, in presence of FeCl3 or AlCl3, aluminum chloride or iron chloride. Halobenzene is the final product which is going to obtain here. Let us see the reaction. We have benzene. It should be treated with halogen in presence of either FeCl3 or AlCl3. Both are not anhydrous. Normal FeCl3 or AlCl3 is to be considered. X2, which is present here, is going to be bonded with benzene. One of the halogen is substituted and the other halogen, after breaking this bond, it will become H plus and it is going to combine with X minus. Fine. So how to ionize this one? I'll let you know these things. See here very clearly, I make you understand. I have X2, right? And see here, when X2 is going to be ionized in presence of FeCl3 and AlCl3, fine. One of the electrophile is going to be generated, fine, which is having charge X plus. Definitely that can be done with the help of this reagent which we considered here. After breaking the bond, one H combines with hydrogen and definitely it is going to form HX, in the sense that we can see here, once hydrogen is removed here, this carbon atom definitely will become deficient in nature. It will become it will become rich in electron. While leaving hydrogen, when hydrogen is leaving, it is going to give its electrons to benzene. When it is rich with this position, the X, which is considered to be positively charged, we can call it as electrophile. That is the reason why we consider these reactions are electrophilic substitution reactions. Here negatively charged, slightly negatively charged carbon atom get combines with halogen. Here bonding takes place. Finally, we would get here halobenzene as the final product. I can write here as X. We can call this molecule which is obtained here as halobenzene. This is how first electrophilic substitution reaction has taken place. In this case, I have written here, this is considered as general reaction. If you particularly consider example, let me consider example 1. Let me consider benzene here, right? It is going to be treated with halogen. This is benzene, right? It is going to be treated with halogen. Let me consider as Cl2, chlorine molecule I will be considering. I will be taking either FeCl3 or I will be taking AlCl3, right? In presence of this either of the reagent, halogenation is going to take place. So I could write one of the chlorine get combines with the hydrogen, because we know that here one hydrogen is there, one Cl is combining, in the sense this bond is going to break. One Cl once get combined here, the other Cl will be get combined with the hydrogen. So you can say here that the final product obtained is said to be from two halogens. One halogen will be combined here, and initially we were having hydrogen atom. This hydrogen atom get combined with the other chlorine atom. Here it is chlorine molecule. It is going to break up. We will be having one halogen atom, that is chlorine atom, get combines with the benzene, and the other one get combines with the hydrogen, and it will form hydrochloric acid. Finally, we have obtained here chlorobenzene as the final product, and this is known as halogenation process, which is mainly considered as an example for electrophilic substitution reaction. Please do copy this. We'll move to next. Next reaction, let us consider nitration reaction. Nitration reaction is done for the benzene in order to get the nitrobenzene as the final product. Now, in order to perform this reaction, we need nitrating mixture. Now, question arises, what do you mean by nitrating mixture? A combination of nitric acid and sulfuric acid in a fixed ratio is called as nitrating agent or nitrating mixture. When you combine these two acids, we are going to get a particular electrophile NO2+. And that NO2 plus electrophile get combines with benzene to form respective product nitrobenzene. Now, I have written here benzene is treated with nitrating mixture. It will form nitrobenzene. Let us see how does reaction is going to take place. Let me first consider benzene here. It is going to be treated with nitric acid HNO3 in presence of sulfuric acid H2SO4. It is going to be heated. Whole reactant molecules are going to be heated to obtain nitrobenzene. Now, I have written this HNO3 below. Why? Because can I write like this HNO3OH? What I am going to obtain here? I am going to obtain NO2 plus HNO3. This structure I have written like this. That is it. Nothing more than that. Now I have one hydrogen present over here. This hydrogen is going to be attacked by, that means oxygen having lone pair of electrons is going to provide to the hydrogen atom in order to liberate the water molecule. Once water molecule is liberated, this position of benzene will become positively charged. It is negatively charged. Always do remember, whenever you are removing hydrogen from aromatic compounds, hydrogen after breaking the bond, it gives its electrons to benzene itself and it will be liberated as H+. So when it is liberated as a H+, definitely this position will become rich with the electron. That is the reason why electrophile will comes and attacks. Electrophile is a moiety which is deficient of electron and it is electron loving. Negatively charged position of this carbon is said to be nucleophilic position. Negative nucleophile. Electrophile is always positive. So nucleophilic nature of this carbon attracts this NO2. What will happen here? Finally, we are going to obtain nitrobenzene. What is obtained? We have obtained here. We have obtained nitrobenzene. This is single bond, right? What is the side product obtained here? It is H2O. We can write it as nitrobenzene, right? So now we have taken mixture of HNO3 and H2SO4. Together it is called as nitrating mixture. Nitrating mixture. It is called as nitrating mixture. When you consider nitrating mixture, it is going to generate NO2 plus. And finally, we are going to obtain the final product referred as nitrobenzene and side product which is referred as water molecule. So far I am writing here all the reactions. In further, when we move deep into the chapter, definitely we are going to understand regarding the mechanism part of all these electrophilic substitution reactions. Then the things will become more clear for you all. Please do copy this. We will move to next reaction.